It was supposed to be a perfect family celebration. I'm Lauren Davis, watching my sister laugh, when a cruel line cut through the air. Her fiancé whispered it loudly, mocking her right in front of everyone. The crowd erupted in laughter, some snickering at the awkward tension. But I stayed frozen, silent, my chest tightening with disbelief. My mind raced, my heart pounding. Every smile around me felt hollow. I could feel the shift the moment nothing would ever be the same. And then, her fiancé said one sentence that changed everything. I am Lauren Davis, a mother, a sister, and someone who has always believed in protecting the people I love. Family has always been my anchor. The sacrifices, the late nights, the countless moments spent making sure those I care about are safe and happy. My sister and I shared more than just a bond of blood. We shared laughter, secrets, and dreams. Growing up, we promised to always have each other's backs, no matter what. Today was supposed to celebrate that bond. The house was filled with the gentle hum of conversations, soft music playing in the background, and the smell of freshly baked treats. Balloons swayed lightly, tables were decorated with care, and the warmth of family love wrapped around every corner. My sister smiled, my daughter played nearby, and for a moment, everything felt perfect. I watched them, my heart full, feeling proud and content. This was the calm before the storm, the peace, the happiness, the laughter that I thought would last the entire evening. Little did I know, the events of this day would change everything, shattering the trust and joy I had so carefully built. As the celebration continued, I began noticing small changes in my sister's behavior. At first, I thought I was imagining things a slightly sharper tone, a teasing remark that felt unnecessary. But the subtle smirks, the tiny jabs disguised as jokes, made me pause. Something was off. The warmth we had shared seemed to flicker, replaced by a cool, distant attitude I couldn't ignore. Every interaction felt different. She laughed at lines that didn't seem funny, directed subtle superiority glances at others, and made comments that cut deeper than words should. The warmth of our past bond felt like it was slipping through my fingers, replaced by a quiet tension I couldn't shake. I began questioning myself. Maybe I'm too sensitive, I whispered internally, trying to convince myself that I was overthinking. Yet, the uneasy feeling in my chest refused to fade. Each small act, each sly comment, made the atmosphere heavier, more charged. I realized that appearances could be deceiving, and trust could shift in silence. The joyous celebration now had an undertone of discomfort. Something was brewing, and I had a sinking feeling that it would soon surface. The moment her words landed, it felt like the room froze. Laughter echoed around me, but it wasn't warmth, it was sharp, cutting. My heart sank as the public insult registered fully. Every proud smile I had felt moments ago now seemed distant, overshadowed by embarrassment and disbelief. My self-respect, something I had always carried quietly and confidently, now felt bruised, questioned. I looked around the room, searching for understanding, but all I saw were oblivious faces caught in the celebration, unaware of the storm that had erupted in my chest. The realization struck hard. Even family, the people I trusted most, had allowed this moment to happen. The betrayal cut deeper than the words themselves, a quiet reminder that trust is fragile, even in the people closest to you. I felt a profound loneliness settle over me, a sense of isolation that no celebration could mask. Yet, through the shock and pain, a thought anchored me. I stayed silent. But I was not weak. My silence wasn't submission, it was control. I would not let this humiliation define me. After the shock settled, I made a choice that surprised even me. I would stay calm. No confrontation, no emotional reactions. I realized that anger would only give them power, and I refused to hand that over. Silence, this time, was not weakness. It was strategy. I began to observe quietly. Every glance between my sister and her fiancé, every subtle comment, every forced smile. I noticed it all. Things I had once ignored now stood out clearly. Patterns formed, small lies, hidden intentions, and moments of careless arrogance started to reveal themselves. I didn't accuse. I didn't question. I listened. I watched. I remembered. Messages, conversations, and contradictions slowly came together like pieces of a puzzle. The truth didn't need to be chased, it exposed itself when given time. Inside, a plan took shape. I knew timing would be everything. The truth had to surface at the right moment, in a way that could not be twisted or denied. I stayed patient, focused, and composed, waiting for the perfect moment when silence would speak louder than anger, and exposure would be undeniable. As days passed, I noticed a change. The fiancé, once carefully guarded, started to slip. Arrogance returned. Small mistakes, careless words, and overconfidence made him vulnerable. Each misstep was a reminder that power is never permanent. I, Lauren Davis, felt my own confidence returning. The fear and shock that had once clouded me were replaced with clarity and determination. I no longer felt like a bystander in my own family's life. Instead, I became aware, attentive, and in control. Every interaction became a subtle assertion of authority. Conversations that once intimidated me now served as opportunities to observe, gather information, and assert my presence. My calm, composed demeanor contrasted sharply with his growing unease, signaling a shift that he didn't even realize. The balance of power was slowly tilting. The one who had tried to humiliate, to assert superiority, was now faltering under the weight of his own arrogance. And I knew this stage was almost ready for the final confrontation, where truth and justice would prevail, leaving no room for denial. The day of the next family gathering arrived, and I remained calm, composed, every move deliberate. Ethan, confident as ever, strutted into the room, unaware that the quiet, observant Lauren Davis he had underestimated was now ready. I waited for the perfect moment. Conversations flowed around us, laughter echoing, but my eyes were fixed on him. Then I spoke. Slowly, clearly, each word deliberate. I presented the proof messages, excuses, every subtle lie, every act of disrespect laid bare for everyone to see. Gasps rippled through the room. Faces turned toward Ethan, disbelief spreading as his smirk faltered. Words failed him. His arrogance, the carefully crafted charm that had intimidated so many, now collapsed under the weight of truth. The power had shifted completely. For the first time, silence worked better than anger or revenge. Justice was served not with loud confrontation, but with truth revealed. I stood strong, unshaken, letting karma unfold naturally. The one who had tried to humiliate and dominate was now powerless, exposed, and the balance of authority had finally returned to me. After the confrontation, a quiet calm settled over my world. I, Lauren Davis, finally felt the weight of betrayal lift from my shoulders. The chaos, the humiliation, and the lingering distrust, all of it began to fade. Peace returned slowly but surely, not because anyone apologized or recognized the truth, but because I reclaimed my space, my voice, and my sense of self. Freedom from Ethan Cooper's deception became a renewed clarity about life. I no longer questioned my instincts, nor did I carry the burden of his lies in my heart. Instead, I embraced the lessons they had taught me: patience, careful observation, and courage in the face of betrayal. Self-respect, once challenged, was now fully restored. I walked through life with confidence, stronger and wiser, knowing that no one could undermine the boundaries I had set. My family, my daughter, and I shared moments of true joy again, untainted by fear or deceit. Though the pain had marked my journey, it shaped me into someone resilient, self-assured, and empowered. Life tested me, but through it all, I discovered my inner strength and the value of standing firm. Even when the world seemed unfair, Davis learned the value of trust, patience, and self-respect. Life can test us, but strength grows from pain. Never ignore your instincts and always protect your worth. What would you do in my place? Did this story shock you? Hit like if it did. Subscribe now for more dramatic revenge and betrayal stories. And comment below, what would you do if you were in Jessica's place? We want to hear your story.